That thing's on. That thing's on.
Hey, yo.
That's his trademark, and my trademark is welcome back to the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 57, where a couple ADHD dudes are just trying to get through life. My name is Drew. I'm your host. This is your other host, Anthony. And once again, baby, behind the camera, behind the boards, we have a guest producer today. This guy's an incredible artist, an incredible photographer, an incredible individual. Can we give a big round of applause for the one, the only producer, Tess, baby? Tess is in the building. Tess, how you living? How you feeling, bud?
Yo, man, I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Good, man. I'm happy that we made this happen. There was a hiccup. Tess was a guest producer before. I may or may not have gotten mad at Anthony. The files were lost forever.
Files were lost is a weirder way of putting it, but we are happy to have Tess back.
Very happy.
That was a test run, you may say.
Hey, man.
All right.
It happens, man. That's nice.
This was nice with it, bro. He's clever. He's
quick
witty.
with the bars.
And he's good looking. Look at him. Look at that face.
Looking sharp.
I'm not going to zoom in this time. Future Drew, do not zoom in. Zoom in. Tess, before we jump into this, bro, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit of music, a little bit of life. How's life for you, bro? How have you been? How's everything moving? I see you got the pup with you. He's not on camera, but he's got a little puppy with him that he takes everywhere. Adorable dog. So tell us, how's life been?
Life's cool, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Just taking it easy on the grind.
Love that.
Yes, sir. How are you guys, man?
Bro, good. Me and Anthony got a lot going on. I think we've been super excited that our podcast is back in motion. We've created some safeguards to kind of stay on track, you know, and I think that was a problem that we had when we initially started it, but we were able to iron it out, came back together as a strong couple, and here we are in love.
Yeah, man. Right? Looking great. You should get tatted on your neck, bro.
That's the first thing he told Anthony today. Yeah, before we had the cameras rolling. He's like, get tatted on your neck, B. What do you think he should get?
Shoot, man. Something scientific, I said, bro. Something scientific.
You know what would be sick is if you got a UFO and like the main part of the UFO is your Adam's apple and then you wrap that joint around you. Oh, dude.
Tat on your necktie, bro.
The worst ideas I've ever heard.
You would never get a UFO tatted on you?
All the way from the neck tat to the UFO.
You would never get a UFO tatted on you?
I wouldn't get a neck tat ever, honestly. I don't know. I can't think of any good neck tattoos.
Oh, you're tripping. That's actually crazy.
Bro, that UFO across the neck, bro. That's it. The neck tat, man.
That would be sick. That'd be sick. No, well, don't get a neck tat then. I'm sorry for bringing it up. I apologize. Tess, shame on you, dude. You made him uncomfortable. He's upset now.
My bad, dude. Maybe, shit, man. A face tat then, bro.
He's doubling down. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can respect you doubling down. I really thought you were going in a more legitimate direction, but you got me there.
You know what would be sick? You know what would be sick? Is if he got an arrow pointing from his eye down and it was a Q. IQ. That'd be sick.
There you go, man.
Or like an arrow pointing from his eye and then you put a pickle. Ideal. That would be hard.
Just when you think the ideas can't get any worse, they dig deeper.
All right. We'll talk about something worthy about talking about. I've been excited to talk to Anthony about this. Tess, I hope you can back us up. If you can, I get it. J. Cole dropped an album. I listened to it from two perspectives so I can give this a very good, honest review. Because he says that I'm horribly biased. I don't think he's wrong. But J. Cole is one of my favorite artists, if not my favorite artist. And so I was very excited. So before you guys hear my opinion, I want to hear Anthony's and I want to see where he went with it. Did you hear the album?
Yeah, I messed up because I didn't give our friend over here the heads up about the album being on the podcast. So I apologize if you are not prepared for this topic. You can share general J. Cole thoughts.
That would have never happened if I set you up on this. I'm sorry about that.
Fair. Man, I heard the album.
Yeah, I don't know. Of course you did. Of course you did.
I don't know. I just wanted to play it safe there.
All right. So the fall off. Let's hear it.
It's what I thought it was going to be.
Wow. Okay.
It's more of the same. More of the same. I feel like I've heard every single J. Cole track, with minus a few exceptions, off that album. There's nothing that stands out. It's a lot of the same beats. I'm bored. I was bored with it. I had to force myself through the first disc, and it's gonna sound super hater, but I'm just being real. I had to force myself through the first disc. The second disc I started to get into a little bit more, but I couldn't. It's not an album I'm gonna go back to.
Huh? What? Oh, wait, hold on. This just in. Oh, news break. J. Cole's music sounds like J. Cole's music. Oh man, what did you expect? Oh God, we'll be back to you later. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course it sounds like his music. We talked about this. We said it was going to sound like it. You set your expectations too high.
I don't think so, because there's other artists who meet it.
Without
Kendrick. To Pimp a Butterfly does not sound like Good Kid, Mad City.
Of course it doesn't.
To Pimp a Butterfly doesn't sound like Mr. Morale. To GNC does not sound like To Pimp a Butterfly. You can't use that argument on Kendrick. So I'm gonna shut that down right quick.
This is no.
But I can name you at least 2 albums of J. Cole's that sound alike.
There's so many similarities in every single artist's discography. Period.
I get it. But if a fan should be able to distinguish between tracks pretty easily. I can't with J. Cole. That whole first disc, a lot of the same themes, and what comes up for me whenever I was listening to it is it's a lot of like trauma ego. It's a lot of ego really, as far as like what he's rapping about. And I get a lot of rap is braggadocio and ego, but it's tiring 4, 5, 6 albums in. I've been a up and down J. Cole fan from the start. Yeah. So this isn't coming from like a long time hater. I mean, I was listening to Friday Night Lights. I was listening to the warm up, the come up. I was on the whole mixtape ride with J. Cole whenever he was on the way up.
Yeah.
And through the albums. Big Forest Hills Drive fan.
Huge.
But I can't get behind this album.
So you think that KOD sounded like Forest Hills Drive, and you think it sounded like The Fall Off and
I think there's a good bit of overlap.
Wow. Okay. Well, so I will tell you that I listened to the album numerous times, right, all the way through, and I was able to listen to it as a fan of J. Cole. That was the first night it came out. I took my little AirPods home, laid in bed. I listened to the whole record, right, the whole album, and as a fan, I was excited. I enjoy 2 things significantly about J. Cole. One, his ability to wrap circles around almost anybody that I'm a fan of. And 2, his intricate storytelling ability. I love that he tells stories. I like the way that his pen is when he does that in those type of songs. Now I flip it to the artist side of me, right? There's a lot of aged music on there. You know, it sounded like it did come from, back then. He was making references that were a bit outdated. There was some tracks that I like, the Let Out, although the harmonization on that was good. The melody was fun. I could have gone without that record. There was a couple records. Yeah, there was a couple records that I could have gone without. And I think there was probably 6 records total that I was like, did these have to be on the album? So I can say unbiasedly, like, yes, for sure. There were some records that I think the album could have been great without. I still am a J. Cole fan at the end of the day, and I really like some of the records that stood out to me were a lot of the upbeat ones. I like 2-6, the second song on the first disc. I like I guess it's called Who the Fuck Is You? I like that one too.
I think that was one of my.
Yeah.
I feel like if that's one I'm thinking about, it was a good. I was listening to it, and a lot of it is I get a kind of like street tales and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of that element, right?
Yeah.
But that was kind of like a rapidy rap. Let me like wordplay kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed that track.
Yeah.
There's other tracks that were more like related, and I get the first disc from what I've read is supposed to be about him going back home to Fayetteville at age 29, and then that's why the second disc is disc 39 back at that age. I was really hoping for just more of a disc 2. I was hoping for a perspective from him now, because I've heard his perspective up till now from those ages because he had those albums.
Yeah.
So I was hoping to something like, about his life now and getting a little bit more of that mature perspective at this point, but it wasn't for me.
I think that, and I don't think that you missed this, but I'll say that maybe give it another listen, because a lot of the records on disc 2 were about his wife and about his children.
Yeah,
and
that's why I like this too.
yeah. And so I did like that it was a lot of present tense facts, and like it kind of illustrated what the guy is now. And it definitely, I mean, put exclamation mark under the fact that he does not want to do it like this anymore. Like he's done being J. Cole, you know? And I think that I read some, I guess you would call it blogs that he responded to. And he was like, I'm very excited to produce and write for people. But if there's a time that I'm, motivated and excited to record something, I'll record it, I'll put it out. But right now I want to be on that side of this. He likes producing. And I think the one thing that we can say is maybe his beats that he makes for himself aren't for you, but I'm excited to see what he does for other people, for sure.
I mean, he's produced some good tracks, but before we even get too deep, I do want to hear from
Tess,
the boy
what
over
you
here.
got?
Yeah, man, I thought it was dope. I didn't really dissect it like both you guys, man, but there was tracks that stood out. One track he kept saying "bitch" like over and over.
I think that was "Poor Thing." I think it was
I
that
know which
record.
one
I
you're talking
think
about.
I dug that track.
little bitch. Yeah.
There was another track where he was writing as if he was Biggie and Pac.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
that was an incredible track too.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, overall, I dug it, man. I try not to go too heavy into dissecting it, because it makes, for me personally, it makes it not fun anymore. Just
that's fair.
The album, but I dug it. Overall, I dug it.
I think that it's a good place, Tess, to be in where you can listen to music for what it is, instead of maybe listening to it like, oh, he should have done this, or, oh, I think this would have been. And I think we're all guilty of it at times. Like, even like I went back because I'm making this new album, and I went back and I listened. My ears are fine, by the way. I listened to all my old records, all my old albums. And I was like, man, like even Kantu brought it up to my attention. He's like, dude, you have some incredible songs that you did the wrong things with, or you didn't. And I'm excited to revisit that with somebody, because I think as artists, I'm an artist, you're definitely an artist, you're very much an artist. We have a critical artistic mind. And it's like, oh, this or oh, that. Like there was things, me and Kantu were talking about it. Like even on that Pac and Biggie record, he was doing the ad-libs and his dubs like Pac used to. Like he would heavily layer his dubs. And like those little intricacies I thought were freaking amazing, right? And so I'm a huge fan of Cole. I really liked the album. I think it was good. That's where I'm at with it.
I think it can be easy to equate my dislike for the album because I'm dissecting it.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy it. Like I didn't
Fair.
get much from it as a fan.
It wasn't for you.
Yeah, and it's fair to say, like I don't know. I guess that there's just times where certain albums aren't for you. And he's talked about releasing another album already.
Yeah. Well, I think because there's one, I think it's called It's a Boy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to hear that because it seems like it's going to be really like fatherhood centered and forward. And so that's going to be exciting to listen to. I think that Cole's getting drugged. Like people can't get over, and I think you're one of these people, the fact that he stepped out of that whole beef, right? I think that to some maybe permanently tarnished his reputation as a rapper. For me, I don't feel the same way, but I'm also kind of like a sentido boy. Like I'm like sensitive, and I'm like, oh, I kind of get that. Like I understand why he would have stepped out, but at the same time, I've had to remove my bias and be like, it's rap. Because I think if Cole would have been in that battle, we would have got completely different versions of Kendrick and Drake. I think we would have got the Control version of Kendrick, and I think we would have got like the mixtape version of Drizzy. Like honestly, because I think Cole is like a very he is a student of the game. Like Kantu brought up some samples that he used, and I was like, "What the heck?" Like, "Oh yeah."
The whole album was sample heavy.
And it was just like
he had an Eminem type flow.
Yeah,
I think it was a Bad Influence. Mm-hmm. Or it was a Slim Shady LP type flow on the second disc, I believe, where I heard it, and I'm like, "This is almost cadence for cadence." How M would rap. It was probably Bad Influence, if that's the name of the track I'm thinking of.
I think what I don't like is that people. I think this. Let me clean this up. I don't think people realize how accurately and correctly Cole pays homage to people. I think Tube told me today that he even sampled Queen Latifah. Like, what? Like, there was people for that Petey Pablo record that went over their heads. That's the first time they'd ever heard that chorus. I'm like, it was redone a little bit, but I've heard that chorus. I wanted to take my shirt off and swing. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't. We're good. We're safe, right? But like, he's a student of the game, and I think that's the undertone that I'm really enjoyed the most about the album. Is like, there are so many small things that he did that shows why he is such a lover of hip hop and the entire art of it, you know? And so those are the things that I noticed. That's why I like it, and that's why I give it the good, because I enjoyed it. And I think there has to be some element of like a pretty big fan of Cole to like, I think, dig deeper into it, instead of like, there's people who dissect NBA YoungBoy's albums like we dissected J. Cole's albums. You know what I mean? And there's people who
they're in jail probably.
But nonetheless, there's a lot of great things that album did for me. It seems like, Test, you really enjoyed it.
And I dug it, bro.
Okay. And Anthony, not so much.
Not so much.
And it's okay. It's okay for us to have kind of a weighted difference, because that's what makes this world beautiful. Unless it's politics. So can I say that? Yeah, I'll say that. I won't talk about it though. Yeah. You were telling me something about double hockey sticks. You said that you wanted to get off a story about something she's dealing with or going through. I got to hear it. I'm very excited about this.
It's not necessarily a story. I think it's her. She's very health oriented, and she loves like health trends, especially like technology, and she gets into some wild stuff. She like red light therapy. Y'all ever heard of red light therapy?
I haven't, brother.
You never heard of it?
No.
Okay.
What do you know about red light therapy?
I don't know. I just know that it's a machine that looks like a tanning booth, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's supposed to do something for your skin and for like I don't know enough about it.
Yeah. I don't know enough about it either, but she has one of those.
She got one?
Yeah, she's big on it. She has.
Dang, she making money, Test. Oh, our boy made it out the hood, cuz. Hey, let's go, baby.
Get that UFO tat on the neck, bro.
You really pushing for the tat, bro.
Tats are expensive too.
Yeah, they are. So she that's crazy that she has those. That's cool. Okay.
She has one of those. She has this shaker thing, and I can't use the phrase I call it with her on air because, well, I'll get.
Does
canceled.
She stand on it?
But she stands on it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it just, I guess the vibrations cause some sort of good vibes. I don't know.
I would use the same term that you want to use, but you can't use because she'll get mad at you. I got you. Yeah.
So
go ahead. Sorry.
You have a friend?
I had a friend that we were in a mall in Denver randomly, and they were selling, like they had a booth in the middle of the mall, and they're like, come try it out. And I was like, no. And my boy's like, I got it, son. He was like, he got off it. We were walking away. He's like, bro, I feel like I should have been tipped. Yeah. Like, it shakes your leg. It shakes your whole body.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it's called, but
I don't know the actual name. I've been
vibrating stair stepper. Like, yeah.
I've never used the official name for it. I've only used a very vulgar name. No, I haven't. And she's going to watch this, and now I'm going to have to get on it because of your words.
Melissa, please.
And the neck tat, probably.
Melissa.
Thanks, Tess.
I will send you my number. I need you to send me a video of this man on that. Please send. Please, can she please? I don't ask for much.
Yeah, I don't know. But she has convinced me to do something called, it's like NAD shots. You heard of those? Mm-mm. I'm not sure what that is either.
Is it like vitamins and testosterone and all that, or?
I don't know if it's testosterone. I don't know what I did. I went to some little health salon, and they got the and these aren't like, these aren't like throwing back like party rocking shots. These are injections.
You're doing this stuff, but you won't get the neck tat. Come on,
they both have needles, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I went and I did that, and that was not a good experience. But I did not feel good. Like my arm was numb. I'm not doing that again.
That's love, man. That's commitment. When's the wedding date, bro?
I'm waiting.
We're working.
Do I have to get a suit? Am I gonna have a special suit?
Special suit. Okay,
will I get to stand up there with you, or do I have to sit in the crowd?
No.
Yes, on the podcast, I'm asking if I'm going to be his best man and go. It won't be his dad. Is it going to be me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to be the best man. I've wanted to do this my whole life. I'm so glad I got it. I didn't guilt him into that at all. Did I guilt you into it? Nah. I've been asking since they met. So, come on, dude.
Anyways,
anywho. No, so she's focused. She's health forward is what you're saying.
Yeah, but she does some crazy stuff.
She like hunt for her food? Like what do you mean?
there's facials that women do with unborn fish kids. Even Marley poked his head up. Like, what?
Yeah, the dog did poke his head up out of the carrier.
Yeah, man.
What? Unborn fish kids.
Yeah. It opens up the pores. It's supposed to be, and it's not like, I guess it's not that niche. How do you say that word?
Niche.
It's not that niche. It's another one of like TikTok health trends.
Did she pay for it?
Yeah, there's a little like a vial in like the fridge. I'm like, keep it away from food, please.
So you keep it in the fridge though, like you. I
guess it's kept refrigerated.
Away from the condiments, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to slap that thing on a sandwich and.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
But I looked it up. And it says it has those health benefits.
Does it like help age their like de-age their skin? Like
I guess it opens up pores. Yeah. I was very careful with that in my search engine. I didn't want to click too many links.
Well, maybe she can give me a vial. My dad's birthday's coming up, and he might be interested in de-aging his skin. I'll just pour it right there.
I think you need like a whale size.
He's in an urn. He's like this big.
That's what I'm saying. To de-age that, you'd probably need a lot of ingredients. You need to go to Sam's Club.
Get dead fish babies in bulk.
Yeah.
It's a squirt bottle. Eat up, Dad. Like, see you soon. I hope.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. No, but my dad's birthday is coming up, dude. It's what's weird is ironically it's the opposite because your girlfriend is a staple of health. Well, my dad's dead, so he's the opposite of that. But his birthday always comes at like a weird time in my life. Like it always like, it doesn't make me come to a screeching stop, but it pulls me out of everything I'm in.
Doesn't it come at the same time every year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I mean, dude. I don't mean like calendar.
It doesn't like surprise you.
Oh, no, it's the same time every year. Thank you for pointing that out. What it is it kind of makes me reflect a little bit. Like, are your pops, your mom, are they around still?
Yeah,
Lucky.
Both of them.
Spoiled ass guy.
Man.
Must be nice, dude. Have a whole set of parents.
Living parent privilege.
Who invited the entitled guy here? God, just over, man. You're
Clarence with real live parents.
Yeah, your privilege is showing, buddy. So my dad's gonna be 64. He would have been 65. Gonna be wild, and it's crazy because
what would his dead years be?
What does that mean?
Like,
is it like dog years?
How long he's been gone for?
He died when he was 57.
So it'd be
8 years.
8 years.
Year. Yeah.
Unbirthday.
Too dark. Some like to call it a heavenly birthday.
A heavenly, yeah. But not an unbirthday.
Unbirthday might be a new thing we got to coin.
No, because it would be... Oh, it's too dark. His day that he passed would be his unbirthday.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So this is his heavenly birthday.
I see my dad's unbirthday is coming up.
Oh, when is it?
March 5th.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And your birthday month.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to step on your dad. No pun intended.
Toes. Oh my God. That was solid. It hurts a little bit still. But no, it makes me reflect on like things that I did with him. My son, I made this joke, but like my son was like, what can we do to like kind of make you close to your dad? And I was like, I don't even get hammered and drive me around places. You know what I mean? Like I was always in the passenger seat. I reflect because like when my dad was alive, I was very critical of his decisions. And you have to be a pretty insane person to be critical of a dead person, you know? And so it takes that entire element away, which at the time of his life, it was a big element. It was like forward facing. And he was actually a good dude. Like I think that addiction sucked a lot of greatness from him in the sense of like, he was me on 1,000. Like he didn't meet a stranger. Like he lit up every room he was in. Everybody kind of like orbited to him. Like he was just that guy, you know? And when I think of him and I think of his birthday, like it brings me back to that place and it makes me open up this window of clarity for my kids, right? And I want to make sure that there's nothing that they have to take away from when I'm passed. Like they get to think of me the same way. You know what I mean? Because like I have to like relive like being critical and him not meeting my son. And like those things suck because, man, my son would have loved him because he had like this bellowing laugh and real deep, like heavy voice. And he did things that were supernatural to me. Like the dude was a superhero. Like I remember one time we were building, because I lived in a mobile home growing up and I was probably 7, maybe 8. And they were building like these block, I would call them like gates. Like they were built out of cinder block and they kept like animals and stuff out of getting into the access points of under a double wide. And they were cutting cinder block. And I was standing there very excited. And I don't know why nobody would tell the young man to not be in front of the saw they were cutting cinder blocks with. And I got a chunk right in my eye, like shot in my eye. And like I couldn't see and I was freaking out. And my dad did this thing, bro. Like I'm telling you, he was Superman. He grabbed me. He's like, hey. And like I was like, oh. I was like, hey, Dad. He's like, open your eye as much as you can. I opened it. He pulled it out and he blew in my eye. And he was like, can you see? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. And that was it. There was no fuss made. We didn't call my mom. And like it was just like boom. And I remember in that moment, I was like, oh, this is my dog. Like this is the guy that is going to teach me these things. And my dad taught me a lot for sure. But I think that the thing that I remember most is his inability to accept failure. And I think you know me better than a lot of people. I think I inherited that trait.
Sure.
Like I do not like to fail. I refuse to accept it. Defeat is humbling when I receive it, but I have to have gone through a lot to accept defeat. Like you have to damn near kill me for me to admit, okay, I lost that one, you know? And I think I inherited that from my dad. And I was wondering, because we talk about our dads in a humorous light a lot, right? Like they're dead. It's wild. But like, do you think there's direct traits? Because your dad died when you were young. You were
12 or 13.
Yeah. You can remember things that your dad did. Do you ever catch yourself like, oh, like in those moments, you're like, oh, what the heck? Like even when you talk to your kiddo, is there ever a time where you're like, man, that's my dad? There has to be, right?
I mean, I try to mimic his playful nature, just like being able to be silly even at my age and just like trying to be fun, you know? I just remember my dad being fun.
Yeah.
And not like, well, I just remember my dad being fun. So I want to be a fun parent. I want to be someone who can do that. But you were able to see your dad through many different life stages.
Yeah.
So with that comes different perspectives of him that you put together.
Yeah.
I didn't really quite have that. So for me, it's kind of locked in kind of, like late elementary, middle school type of stuff. But, being fun, being involved. And I mean, those are what, just stand out the most for me, really.
I will tell you that you do have this unshakable habit of being involved with your kid. Like I've never once seen you put something over him. And I think parents naturally do that unknowingly. And it's crazy that you said that, because that's actually, I think, a trait that you did inherit from your dad. Like, and it's also kind of cool. It sucks that he left so young for you, but it's also kind of cool because you keep him in the Superman era that he was in. Like, your dad was like the guy. He was a cool guy. He was funny. Those things are cool because, like, although there was probably things you could have learned from as a young man, like as an adult man, like it's almost like bittersweet because maybe when you got older and you would have seen your dad go through things that your brain could actually adapt and be like, oh, that's what's wrong with him. Like, or that's not a good thing, or that's a bad trait. Like, and maybe you've kind of established some of those thoughts, but I think it's bittersweet because you didn't really have to deal with that, you know?
I would have preferred it. Not to be the dark humor, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
I get
But I would
it.
prefer the insight and understanding that comes with seeing him from a more critical perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would, I've been able, of course, with my mom to go through that and those stages with her. But I think it kind of puts her in an unfair light too because of that.
Yeah.
And I think that, I've been able to find grace with what we've gone through. But it was weird and messed up as it sounds. Like my dad has had flaws. My dad has flaws. It would gain me some perspective of myself to be able to know what those are and kind of see those.
Yeah.
And kind of normalize it for me with things that I'm going through that maybe aren't quite from my mom, but they're from somewhere. Maybe not quite from my dad either, but I don't know, maybe. So there's just a lack of, connection there, identity maybe.
Well, I think what you said, perspective, like it allows you to identify within somebody else. And so there was probably things that your dad definitely struggled with that you've taken the task to struggle with, and unknowing that it was the same things he dealt with, and he dealt with it and was able to successfully like get through it. And that's true. Like those tips of advice would have probably maybe
Seeing the problems come with seeing the
Correct.
solutions from
Yeah.
what he went through. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's a good point. I never actually thought about it like that.
Why don't we check in with our privileged friend over here?
Oh yeah.
What's it?
How fucked up are your parents?
Nah, they were cool, man. They got
this
they
guy's-
fought. They fought, you know what I mean? But it was cool. Like no domestic violence or nothing like that. You know what I
That's
mean?
lame, dude. This guy's a loser, bro. Good parents. What a
Yeah.
freaking loser. That's cool, man. That's beautiful. Is there things that like you see in yourself that you also were like, oh man, my dad or my mom went through these type of things, like good or bad, right? Like your love for photography, your love for the arts, like your love for dogs, like
Or struggles.
yeah, like you know, anything that you've struggled with. Is there things that you're able to identify, like, oh, this came from this parent?
Yeah, most stuff, man. All around, there's things that I like that I can see. Oh, I got music. Oh, my dad really liked this.
Yeah.
Or traits, shortcomings. Oh, this is because the more I've gotten to know, I spent a lot of time in El Paso last year.
Yeah.
So the more I got to know my family a little bit better, I realized, oh, this is why I'm like this. Like we were all like this. They were all like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, getting to know our people. For me though, even though I had the family unit all together, sometimes, bro, I had to look for father figures when I was facing real life issues.
Yeah.
Like maybe in church or something, other people that I could be transparent with, because I couldn't be 100% transparent with my dad,
That's
all
a
the
great
time.
take too. That's a really good point. Yeah, I think, did you have anybody like that? Like that you kind of like seek shelter in, or
No.
it was just your mom? You were honest with her about everything.
I feel like I mean, largely it's been my mom as far as who I've been able to be honest with. But
Yeah.
on the flip side, I don't think I'm probably gonna get crucified for this. My mom will agree. I don't think I had any strong male figures step in, so that kind of made it difficult.
Yeah. My uncle was like a second dad. At times he was my first dad, and my aunt, because my mom was like she was the villain of my story. She still is, right? And so my mom that birthed me was Cynthia Sandoval for sure. And if you look her up, let her know, hope she doesn't trip on anything. But my mother, that was my Aunt Barbara. Like she taught me love and affection. And although it was not from a place that a young man usually receives it from, it's usually his mom, period, I think that it gave me a glimpse into what unconditional love was, because my auntie has been through everything. Like, she's been with me through everything. And if I'm having a hard day, I call her. And if I'm having a big victory, I call her. And, you know, I was excited to tell her my daughter was on the way. And I was excited to tell her we were having a son. And
you're excited to tell her the podcast was coming back?
Are you watching that, Barbara? Is this thing on? If it is, Anthony says hi. Go ahead. Wave. Wave to her, dude.
Did you tell her it was coming back?
I don't think she realized it ever left.
Oh.
Just like all the other people you said not to worry about.
That's fair.
But those people, I can agree with you, Tess, because I think that there's times where our parents are so huge to us, and it's one of our biggest goals, especially as children and young adults, to not let them down. And when there's a real moment of failure, sometimes it's scary to go to your parents first, right? Is that kind of what you meant?
Yeah, man. Just that they're just older male figures, you know, or female figures. Sometimes, like you said, you can't. Even though your parents say, "Tell me everything," you know, sometimes that everything will come with the consequence.
Yeah.
But you really needed help, you know.
Yeah. I think I had a conversation with somebody, and they were saying that at times culture can be more influential than parents. And just now, I'm like, maybe he wasn't completely wrong, you know. And so my bad on that. But no, I think that's important, dude. I think thinking about my dad, it was cool to actually hear your perspective, because I didn't even think about it like that. Like, it is probably hard to identify with people through struggles that are more like your father dominant, you know? And so, man, that was pretty. That was a good one. I dealt with a struggle recently, and it was today. And I was at the gym, and I want to tell you this story because so I walk into the gym with my friend, and I was trying to get my card out. I had to get a new phone yesterday, and there's a card that you have to scan, right? And so I'm like downloading the app and like and there's like 10 people, 15 people walking while I'm doing this. And I see the guy. There's a guy right there at the desk. Hey, very short. And I was like, cool, right? So I finally get it, and I scan it, and it was like he was a sleeper agent, because the second it was all beep. He's all, hey, man, it's so good to have you here, bud. It's so good to see you here today. It's so good. And I was like, all right. He's like, no, man, for real. This is important. This is important, man. Good job. I was like walking away, and I was like, I think that guy wanted me, dude. He's like, nah, right? It was weird, but no. So we're in a set, and like I was like getting like, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. So like my arms are getting a little dead, and I'm only like 2 sets in. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get something to drink. They have like energy drinks or something, right? So I walk up, that guy's hey to everybody. And I walk up, he's like, hey man, how are you? Like, I'm good, big dog. He's like, good, man. What do you need? I was like, I was actually just gonna go to the cool. He's like, anything you need, let me know. All right. So I get the drink, and I'm walking back. He's like, you find what you needed? I was like, yeah. I needed to check out. He's like, I saw really my apartment. I'm going to get somebody to help you, though. I got you. You go finish working out. We'll get somebody to go to you. We'll go to your station. Okay. It's the most hospitable place I've ever been, right? Hospitable place I'd ever been. I've been to a hospital. And I'm back at we're benching. We're doing I'm like done with my 4th rep of it, because we're doing 4 by 15. So 4 sets of 15 reps, right? And I get off, and I'm like, and I'm drinking this drink, and then this other full of life dude comes. He's like, hey man. I was like, what? He startled me. He's like, that's on us today. And I was like, well, my drink? He's like, that's on us. Enjoy your workout. Walked away.
What gym are you going to?
PF.
Oh, I was going to guess that too.
And I
would quit that gym ASAP.
You know, well,
I can't handle that.
You know what's crazy? It's nobody else that got attention. Nobody else got that attention but me. I think they were like, we got a live one, right? Like, they were like,
we got a success story walking in.
Yeah, this guy's gonna go on the wall, dude. Greet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
get the before pictures.
Dude, when I was leaving, it was the same thing. He's like, how was the workout? Was it good? All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow then, right? And I was like, dog, stop following me into the parking lot, right? Does that sound like a weird, is it just me or is that strange?
You're gonna have to get tatted on your neck, bro.
Oh, yeah, PF right there. Tell me though, you know me, right? You know that my weight has kind of been one of the things that I don't feel like the super pumped about.
It's just it's poor etiquette because I know you've been trying to get into the gym for a while.
Yeah.
And so like, and then if you're new to the gym, you're not trying to have attention brought on yourself.
Yeah.
And so like all of this fucking desperate energy for your membership, like it, you know, like I said, I would quit ASAP because it's like, what are we doing here?
Bro,
You got a free energy drink though, bro.
I did. It was a free Celsius. It was like a sherbet Celsius. It was actually fire.
Feel me?
I was freaking wired for like 4 hours after though. It did not kick in until I got home.
I would use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
If they're going to be giving you that kind of energy,
Like,
be like,
just
oh,
run.
like, you know, this is on you guys today. I'm really struggling with motivation. Like, can I, like, I'm really low on energy. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it, you know? I would really just milk it every single time I go in there.
I'll be there tomorrow at 5 a.m. So we'll see. No, I don't know, man. I think if there was a fireworks show when I was leaving, I wouldn't have been surprised. Like that's how insane.
Confetti falling
Bro,
down as you leave you leave the doors.
We're at a freaking gender reveal. They're like popping dude. It was wild. You know what? I appreciate the hospitable. I don't know how to say that word, but thanks for being nice to me. You know who else I wish was nice to us? Us. I'm bringing you in on here. I'll give you 2 guesses.
Ourselves.
I mean, that would be a game changer, I think.
Are you nice to yourself? Do you love yourself?
Most of the time, the self conversation isn't good, bro. You know,
Most of the time it's not good.
yeah, I'm hard on myself, man. You know, I love myself, but I'm also hard on myself.
Can you be hard on yourself and love yourself, my friend?
Yeah, most stuff.
I don't think you can be. You're lying to yourself.
Oh my God.
Nah, bro.
You need to love yourself fully. How about you? You hard on yourself?
Yeah.
You love yourself?
No.
No. Okay. Well, there we go. Congruency. That's what you need.
That was not the guess. That wasn't
Oh.
right. You went on the TED Talk just now.
like an
One
TED
more
Talk
guess. Go ahead. Who do you think I want us to? Who do you think I want to be nice to us?
Social media followers.
There it is, man. He got it. The second try.
Hey, get it tatted on your
Facebook,
neck.
Instagram, to be named a social platform that I don't know the name of.
It's TikTok.
People don't use TikTok anymore because they got canceled. They just got bought by some corporate dude who
I know. In a
is
different.
threatening to use your information.
They're already using our information.
It's a mass exodus off TikTok.
Listen, end the bell, ding it, ring it, test. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. But yeah, got any final words?
Hey, man, get that tat, man, for next session.
Well, that's Tess.
Appreciate you guys having me, man.
We
Big love.
appreciate it, brother. Thank you
Thank you.
Tess, for being here. And like I say every episode, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Fully lacking, baby. Peace.